This is the plaintiff, Michael. He says the defendant's driver swerved at the last minute from his lane on a rainy night, cutting him off, and he hit his brakes and slid into a parked car. The defendant refuses to step up and do the right thing by paying the damages his careless employee caused. And he's suing for the state max of $5,000 to cover his damages. This is the defendant, Eric Dome. He says his driver simply merged into the same lane the plaintiff was in, and the guy ran his car into a parked car. The cops investigated and found no fault with his driver, and the plaintiff's grasping at straws here. He's accused of not keeping his employee in line.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant's driver cut him off and ended up hitting a parked car as a result. But the defendant says the plaintiff was the only one who was reckless. It's the case of the unkindest cut of all.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Michael, you've asked to be referred to only by your first name. You're suing Amtech Air Conditioning and Heating Incorporated, represented here by its president. Are you the owner?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Eric Dome. Because according to you, one of his employees caused an accident and damage to your car.
Yes.
Tell me what happened. We have a little chart up here. Why don't you show me, pick a car that you want to be, go ahead and walk over there, pick a car you want to be, and tell me what occurred.
I was out here, and his vehicle was somewhere around there. It was approximately 5 p.m.
Okay.
It was rainy, and it was dark. And my lane was clear in front of me. And at the stoplight, there was a vehicle about to make a left turn. And since there was traffic built up, I'm coming down this direction, and he was coming this direction, and he saw the traffic piling up. He wanted to jump out of the lane, not looking, and he did not signal, and cut right in front of me, caused me to slam on my brakes, lose control of the car, and I skidded right into a parked vehicle.
So put one of those vehicles there.
Okay.
So there's a parked vehicle there,
yeah,
and you end up hitting
parked
the
van.
vehicle.
Right, and I hit him right in the rear.
Does he end up hitting the vehicle or hit you?
No, he just kept going, and then he pulled over when he saw what happened.
Okay, so he stops, and then what happens?
He pulled over, stopped, and then I had to back away from the vehicle because I didn't want to be in that position. So I backed away from the parked vehicle, and I proceeded to go forward and pull over in this direction.
Okay.
Then I got out of the car, he got out of the van, and we came together. And of course, I was upset
What'd
about
you
what
say?
happened.
Go ahead and go back to the lectern. And what did you say to him?
I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said, you pulled him out in front of me. You just didn't signal. What happened? You know, and he kind of said, well, he knew he was at fault, but he didn't say a whole lot, and I just said, listen.
Well, what did he say at all?
I don't recall exactly what he said.
Was it like, I'm sorry, or was it like, oh, you were coming too fast, or?
Nothing like that.
Neither
Nothing
one of
about-
those? So what did he say? What did he grunt? Did he speak?
No, he didn't say much. It wasn't much that was said. I just said that I was going to call, you know, the police officer and have them come.
So you called the police, and did the police come?
Yes, they came
All
about
right,
10
did they
minutes
write a
later.
police report?
Yes.
May I see the police report? All right, were you the driver?
Yes.
Okay, talk to me. What happened?
I
Come
was
on over
driving
to the lectern, to the board here.
Just use the same cars he did. All right. So he had that one parked there.
This one was
He
parked,
used
this
this
was
one.
him.
Yep.
I was driving on Merrick Avenue. I have a blind side mirror as well, where I could see any car behind me. Looked in my mirror, see nobody there. Switch lanes. I switched lanes. I don't even know where he was. There was nobody in this lane. I switched lanes, I'm driving. I hear a bang. Then a car pulled up behind me. Pulled up, he banged to this car, pulled up behind me, honking his horn. So I pulled over, told me I caused him to hit the parked car. I told him I wasn't involved. I didn't see nobody over there.
Stop talking a second, because you don't, and then go there. So you pull over because he was honking his horn?
Yeah,
All right.
his hood was a little messed up. He had like the grill was
When did
messed
you
up.
first notice that there had been an accident?
I heard something way in back. It was about 50 feet in back of me.
Okay, and then what?
And then he pulled up behind
Wait, but how
me.
can it be 50 feet in back of you? Even the way you just showed it, it wasn't 50 feet.
Well,
Well,
it was-
you don't know.
Yeah, it was. I heard a bang. It was.
Yeah. So how do you know he was 50 feet in back of you?
Because once I pulled over, once it was behind me, once I pulled over,
Yeah,
the
but by
car
then
behind
you
us.
drove for an extra whatever, because...
It was really quick. I didn't drive
Okay.
for an extra.
So he then, so he's beeping the horn, so you stop, and
Yeah.
then you come out, and then he says what?
He says that I caused him to hit a parked car. That I cut him off. Told him I looked in my mirror, nobody was there. There was nobody at the mirror. I switched lanes. I was driving on that right lane, and then he says, "I'm gonna call the cops." The cops
Maybe
came.
you didn't see him. I mean, because.
I have a mirror, and I
But
I
what do
looked
you think happened? You think it was behind you and you were both switching lanes at the same time?
I think it was behind me. We were both switching lanes at the same time. It was really, really slippery out. I mean, I was going very slow. I mean, I was going about 5 miles an hour. I don't know if he was behind me, trying to switch lanes because he saw the traffic as well. Probably trying to switch lanes, not thinking that anybody was in the other lane. I don't know what he was thinking.
Or maybe you just didn't see him.
Well, I do have about an 8-inch mirror with a blindside mirror with on the
No,
right side.
I'm sure your car is equipped to see him. I'm
Yeah.
saying people make mistakes, but I don't know.
Okay, so did the plaintiff, was he just following too close or legitimately cut off, and should he get his money?
Oh, I felt he was falling way too close, and that's the reason why he crashed.
Is that the case? You always, when you get cut off, you're automatically following too close?
Yeah, I agree. It's too close.
No.
Okay, well, I mean, I think we just got a definitive answer. It was like, I don't know, like the Supreme Court or something, going inside the courtroom.
So what did the police write? Let's see what it
The
says in the
cops
police
came by.
report. The cops didn't give anybody a ticket, right?
No.
Not you, not him. Heading
leave, tell him to
westbound on Merrick Drive, did attempt to slow for a vehicle in front of him. Wow, what the police write is that you're driving on the road and you tried to slow for a vehicle in front of you, causing you to hit the parked vehicle.
He
Doesn't
didn't-
blame him at all.
Exactly.
Did he talk to him?
He spoke to him for a couple of minutes, and then he let him go away.
Yeah.
But I continued to speak to. I told the officer exactly what happened, and he just didn't write it up the way it happened. And I didn't find out till
Well,
the
no,
next day.
yeah, he might. I mean, he might have just looked. Yeah, whatever. I mean, he doesn't bind me, but he might have just looked at it and said, "Well, you know, that guy wasn't involved in the accident." He didn't even take his name. How did you end up finding them?
I got pictures in my phone.
You took pictures.
I took a
Very
picture of his
good.
van. I took
Very good. All right,
license
so he
plate.
took pictures. You're the owner of the company.
Yes, of
He
course.
comes in. Did he tell you about it that day, or did you
Called
learn
you
it-
that day. He called me.
What did he tell you?
He said I was driving. We're changing lanes same time. And
Oh, he said same time.
No, like almost same time. Changing lanes same time. It was night. It was raining, of course, and he hit a car. He hit a car. Said anything happened, make a police report right away. Called the cops. Then later he called me back. Said the cops told me to leave. I'm not involved, and that's it really.
Right. Did you have insurance?
I had insurance, but I didn't have
Not
collision.
collision.
No, I had no collision on my car.
He also tried suing our insurance company.
You can't sue the insurance company. You're supposed to sue the entity that's insured.
Yeah.
That's the proper way to do it. But what were you going to say?
The insurance company probably didn't find us liable as well because they called me to find out
Oh,
what
I'm sure
happened.
your insurance company didn't want to pay. That's every insurance company. But yeah, if I was the adjuster, I wouldn't pay on this either. There's just no evidence. I can't help you. I'm sorry that you didn't have collision. This is going to be one of those things. My verdict in this case is for the defendants.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Both sides, hold on, please.
All right, so that's bad news for the plaintiff. That verdict right out here. What's your comment on this?
I'm not happy about it.
No, I can see why not. But you understand how you were unable to prove the story, so it comes down to one person's word against the other in a courtroom
Right.
where proof is necessary. What could you have done to prove it?
It's not much more I could have done.
A witness, maybe?
No witnesses. That's the problem. No
An
witnesses.
admission?
Admission to what?
Or something, you know. So
Right.
you see the bind you're in,
Right,
and
sure.
why the verdict went that
Right.
way. Okay, head right down there. Well, he's stuck. If indeed he had a case in the first place, what's your reaction here?
I wasn't at fault. I was driving, he was driving, it was bad weather, and he ended up hitting a car that's parked. He might have been speeding, I don't know. I wasn't at fault of this.
So why would he go after you then?
Because he claims that I cut him off.
Yeah.
I didn't cut him off. There was nobody over there. I have an 8-inch mirror with a blindside mirror.
So why would he just single you out and get you pulled over, and why would he
I
do
was the
that?
car in front of him. I was the car in front
He's
of him.
looking to pin it on somebody.
Yes.
Harvey?
Okay, you know, I know this is like the most painful thing in the world, but you should really know what is in your insurance policy. And that means you got to read it, at least to some extent, and know what coverage you have, especially do you have collision? Do you not have collision? How much are you insured for? I mean, all of those things are really critical to your financial security.